Hello from Detroit. We have another fantastic episode of Thinking Out Loud. I'm Brad.
I'm Can.
And today we are going to do a design the campaign for a brand that I'm really excited about.
Yeah,
everyone seems to be talking about it. It's new in Detroit. It is
Shipt.
For those of you who don't know, Shipt is a food delivery service, so you don't have to go to the grocery store, which is pretty fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
It is pretty great. So essentially what you get with Shipt, you pay $100 annually, and then you get access to grocery stores in your area, and any order over $35 is free delivery included in that.
Which is pretty fantastic.
It's pretty great, considering I don't think I've ever spent less than $35 at the grocery store.
But if you do, it's only like $7
That's
more,
true.
right?
That's
so
true.
Tack on a $7 fee if you buy less than $35 in groceries.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. And they were acquired by Target in December of last year. And they really emphasize like same day delivery. So literally you could order groceries from your desk at work, as I often do, and have them delivered between 5 and 6 that evening.
Okay, so clarifying question. So Target sells more than just groceries. When it comes to what Target sells, is it just the grocery component for Target, or is it the whole store?
It's pretty nearly the whole store. So you can definitely get your home goods or whatever it is, your electronics, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the focus, clearly groceries. There's a lot of grocery stores on
Yeah.
it. Depends on the area you're in, which exact grocery stores. In the Midwest, Meijer's on it, right? Meijer's a huge retailer, so that's pretty cool as well. Okay, got it. And so it's same day delivery.
Same day delivery. Yeah, no tobacco or prescriptions, but you can buy beer and wine.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that's good. I'd prefer to get alcohol delivered than cigarettes. So that works out well
Fair
for me.
enough.
And probably you viewing based on the demographics of the United States. Okay, but this sounds good. They're not the first people to come up with this idea, or maybe they are, but they're certainly not the only players in this game.
Right, yeah. There are a lot of people in this competitive landscape. So we've got pretty obviously Instacart. They do something really similar. They send somebody in person. Sort of the way that Shipt does it, it almost feels like kind of like an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, where you physically have a person take your order and go into the store and shop for you. Instacart does something very similar, but there are also a little bit less obvious competitors.
Sure. Yeah, more traditional folks. So if you're a member of Costco, you can have Costco delivered to you. There's Amazon Prime, and then part of Prime is Prime Pantry, for instance. Pretty much all online retailers who are willing to allow you to shop there without going to the store. Like some people even have curbside pickup now. I would consider that a competitor, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's Walmart's got curbside pickup. They've also got Jet.com, which is a similar like over $35. It's free delivery. But Shipt's main value proposition here is same day delivery. It's from a store in your area. It's probably where you were going to go anyway. And so that is sort of the landscape that they are in.
So when I'm thinking about getting something to eat, I can either cook it at home or I can go out to eat. And so now when I'm cooking it at home, if I want to, I could do a meal delivery service. So like a HelloFresh, Blue Apron. Could also do a delivery as well through like a meal delivery system. And if I choose to go to cook at home, obviously this is a great way to get your groceries delivered. But I was curious, we kind of talked about like the traditional retailers going grocery shopping, what they're doing, owning that space. But what about the meal delivery services? Would you consider them a competitor of Shipt?
In some way, in that they're competing for dollars. Like HelloFresh is generally competing for dollars with Face's grocery stores, because if you're getting HelloFresh, you're probably not buying groceries. So in the same way, they're competing against Shipt, but I would say it's not a direct comparison.
No, fair enough. And what about like takeout delivery services?
Yeah.
Like a Grubhub or a Postmates or an Uber Eats?
Yeah, kind of similar. But I think, again, just we're looking at somebody who is going to directly is buying groceries from the grocery store. They're cooking for themselves, and maybe Shipt enables that person who would have just had to go for HelloFresh to then buy groceries and cook for themselves. So in that way they are.
Right. And I also saw Postmates introduce something new in December,
Yeah.
Postmates Fresh, where now you can not only, Postmates essentially is having anything you want delivered to you,
Right.
but now they have a very specific grocery category also. So lots of people converging in this space. So there's really a need for Shipt to somehow, some way, try to differentiate themselves. So
Yeah.
let's do what we love to do and talk influencer marketing campaigns. From a high level, before we get into specific ideas, any sort of guiding metrics that you would offer to Shipt?
Yeah, I mean, I think influencer marketing is perfect for Shipt because it's essentially an opportunity to create great branding that's fun, memorable. Influencer marketing is great for anything where people are a little bit nervous about it, or maybe there are some perceptions surrounding it that they're unclear kind of what the service is or what it does, or it's great for communicating that and gaining people's trust. Like, I think especially with something as personal as groceries and what you know you're buying at the store, not only is what you eat, but also, I don't know, who knows whatever it is you buy. And so they want to be able to trust that, and they look to these influencers they trust these influencers, so their opinion matters a lot.
For sure. I heard you use a term that I thought was fantastic, which is perceived vulnerabilities of the brand. So if there's perceived vulnerabilities of Shipt, this is a great way to get those addressed. And then there's also the personalization component. So maybe just to start jumping in the ideas, I'm going to offer one. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
Go for it.
So one thing is there's two sides to the coin, right? There's people who want groceries, and there's people who want to get paid by delivering other people's groceries. So if we presume for a minute that Shipt has a need to also get people who are going to deliver the groceries, and have people who are going to do a good job of finding me an avocado that's ripe and not too hard, which I would really appreciate for all you grocery delivery experts out there. But one thing that I think would be fantastic would be to actually have the influencers be delivery drivers and shoppers for a day for Shipt. So you can imagine an influencer having a whole bunch of fun, going to different stores. There's probably going to be fun, quirky interactions where people are like, hey, wait a minute, don't I know you from YouTube? Which would be really fun. They're going to clearly be able to show how it works. They can talk about the numbers, how much they've made, and really kind of get people excited about this service in a unique, fun way. So I think that's a way to really like show the personality of the influencer, show how they're selecting the groceries, get people thinking a little bit about what they like to eat. That's one concept.
Yeah, I think another really good one would be to have an influencer order Shipt groceries and then engage with their delivery person in some way, their shopper in some way. So like if you've ever seen the Conan segment where he and Ice Cube ride in a Lyft together and they kind of just ball out with their Lyft driver, like have an influencer do something like that. Where they call up their Shipt shopper and maybe they have them pick out like the most ridiculous things possible at the store and get them delivered, and then kind of invite the Shipt shopper in to hang out and kind of like just joke around with them. That could be a phenomenal video.
Yes, for sure. Another one, so the first two we kind of hit on are more of the personalization one, but going into the perceived vulnerability, I think there's some concern out there based on the research we've done that people are like, this seems like Shipt is awfully expensive, and what price am I going to be paying? And Shipt actually has a lot of great value they offer to their shoppers where there's unique discounts for folks in Shipt. And so what you can do is have an influencer order Shipt and talk about what the price was and what they paid, and then do a compare and contrast if they were to go to the grocery store and buy those exact same things. So what you're really doing here with Shipt is, yes, educating people on the product, you're enforcing the brand, but also you're chipping away at these perceived vulnerabilities, and perception is reality. So even when these things aren't true, or maybe there was some error at some point where it was true in an isolated incident, now you're allowing influencers to use their clout to be like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I thought maybe it was going to be more expensive, but I'm looking at this head to head, and I actually see Shipt was less expensive when you back out the delivery fee. And I think that's a fantastic way for the Shipt to be able to overcome criticisms that there's no way that they could overcome if they were the ones trying to tell that. But an influencer can tell that pretty successfully.
Yeah, totally. And there's so many different segments of types of influencers. Like you could use a mommy vlogger, you could use like a family vlogger, like have all the kids in the video, things like that. It can be done by a lot of different people. Another idea, I mean, there are so many grocery hauls on YouTube already of just like videos that are like what people ate in a day, or like I went to Trader Joe's and got like all of these different things and like let me go through it with you guys. So Shipt could very easily brand a bunch of those videos,
Yes.
or maybe more creatively, like they could do like, oh, I ordered a bunch of makeup through Shipt and like from Target,
Yep.
and here's
Shipt
what I did
makeup.
with it, Shipt makeup video, or whatever it is. You can get even more specific and hit different categories that they're looking to promote. And then go for it.
Yeah, that dovetails into something I know is near and dear to my heart, which is ice cream. So anytime I can talk about ice cream is a really good day. And so another perceived vulnerability, but also just something fantastic, is will the ice cream still be frozen when I get it, or is it going to be melted and sloppy? So there's two components to this. So
Yeah.
component one is it frozen or not? And we can show that indeed the ice cream is frozen when delivered by Shipt. And then two is just an ice cream challenge. So like, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I think mint chocolate chip.
Oh my gosh.
It's the
Two
classic.
people whose favorite is mint chocolate chip in one video. This is unprecedented
Get wild.
folk stuff. And three, the person behind the camera also has voted mint chocolate chip. So folks, this is really, everything's coming together for Shipt. So anything else that you think we should talk about this taste test challenge for people to get it?
Well, I think it's massively funny to have a delivery of 20 things of ice cream. Like, let's say like the influencer is showing off the Shipt app and saying like, I really have to get over this $35 limit. Like, what am I gonna order? Oh, I'll just order like 8 more pints of ice cream. Perfect.
Yes.
So it can be really funny.
And I feel like you could probably do the same thing. Like if you wanted to
Totally.
order like
Just
different
like-
types of cookie dough, like 12 types of cookie dough. There's a lot of fantastic ways you could have a lot of fun and show the personalization. Well,
Yeah.
very good. I think this is a good list. We'll try to keep this short. Shipt, hopefully this is something you will consider. If you are not Shipt, there's a lot, I think, good nuggets in here that you can think of. How can you personalize your brand? How can you have fun with the brand? And how can you address perceived vulnerabilities through influencer marketing in ways that the brand cannot attack directly and have it be credible? I think that's where influencer really shines. So yeah, great things for you to consider as you're running different campaigns. So with that, we will sign off
Yeah.
from Detroit.
See you next time.
Thanks, guys.